Merry Christmas, y'all. I hope you guys have had a great day so far. In my recent search for an ex-victim to make a post about, I stumbled across a channel by the name of Mariolord 14. Before I research a topic, I'll usually Google the person to both get more info and see who has already covered them, and the only video I could find was by a small creator named PJ. His video is actually really informative, and I truly think he deserves more attention, so I'll link his video on Mariolord 14 in the description. Before I start, I do want to quickly point it out before someone else does. I'm trying to have more, enthusiasm in my voice and have more of, a fluctuating tone, I guess. I've gotten a few complaints about my voice either being too flat or I sound like an 11-year-old. To be completely transparent with you guys, I am 18, but I do have a condition, so that's partially why I sound the way I do. I'll try to talk differently in this video and in the future. I'm sorry about that. Originally, I discovered this guy, whose real name is Christian Rary, so I'll be referring to him as Christian or Chris for simplicity's sake, on TikTok from this video popping up on my page.
Bro, why am I fucking skipping toilet in fucking Fortnite now, man? What the fuck? Is you serious, man?
He has about 51,000 followers on TikTok, and each video he posts gets over 10k views, but he's very obviously a lolcow, and it's pretty clear he has a learning disability. Don't feel too much pity for this guy though. He's racist and he touches little kids, but we'll touch on that later. I'm funny. Please laugh. Christian's YouTube career started in the big year 2016, where he created a video with his friend right after they had graduated from 8th grade. His videos were typically things you'd see from a kid just posting on YouTube, but one video in particular was pretty interesting. This video was called 10 random facts / things that happened to me when I was young, plus update on yeah, no, I'm not reading that all. We learned some crazy things about this guy. Like, he has a godly cat impression.
I'm good at cat noises. You can probably tell. Well, yeah, but I'm really good at cat noises. Like, obviously. Meow, meow, meow. See? And I can do the hiss. It's not that good, but whatever. Yeah, I do that in school sometimes. Sorry, teachers.
Or better yet, he peed on the Easter Bunny when he was a child. In that video, he also discusses his imagination and states he wants to be a fanfic writer because he has a good imagination. This fact will come into play later, so just keep it in the back of your mind. The way he explains his imagination, though, makes it seem like he has schizophrenia or something. Not saying he does, but that's just what it seems to me. He says he can imagine Barbie standing in the corner crying while Ken beats her, which is fucking crazy. With that being said, let's discuss Christian and his fanfictions. Christian is a brony, not in a hardcore way or anything, but he does like My Little Pony. He also likes other TV shows like Barbie and Total Drama Island. Now, on the topic of Barbie, he really likes this character named Nikki. Apparently, in his imagination mind, he and Nikki are dating. When he explains who Nikki is, he affectionately calls oh my god. When he explains who Nikki is, he affectionately calls her, and I quote, that black bitch from Barbie. What the fuck? In one video titled My Own Fanfics Season 1 Episode 1, he explains a fanfic idea he had involving his imagination self, where he is hanging out with human Applejack, who is a character from My Little Pony, who apparently has a human version. While he and Applejack are watching a movie or something, he falls asleep and Applejack takes advantage of him, if you catch my drift. Holy shit. Oh my god, I need a minute. I actually need a minute. So he's made at least 11 separate videos in this fanfic series, and I suffered so you guys wouldn't have to, and I watched close to every single one, which is excruciating to say the least. I think I mentioned it before, but it's quite clear Christian is neurodivergent in some way, but I genuinely cannot understand what he's trying to say half the time. It catches me way off guard when he suddenly jumps to something like girls moaning for some reason. I get we're talking about fanfictions, but I genuinely can't decipher what he's saying beforehand. From what I managed to piece together with what he was saying in his The Club Incident video, the first one, by the way, there's about 4 or 5, Christian, Barbie, and Raquel, who is another character from Barbie, were all in a car drunk. I don't know what caused this, but Raquel was moaning and climaxing over and over again, to the point where Christian had to clean puddles off of the floor of the car. Most of his fanfictions discuss more sexual themes. I'll list off some of his other works. Lindsay gets quote-unquote happy. Christian and the brats get trapped in school, which frankly I'm not even going to click on this video, considering the brats are between 9 and 14 and most of these videos are sexual in nature. Dakota sings to impress me, plus my Grapist voice is a character, which we will discuss later. And last but certainly not least, the Dazzlings are here, promptly followed by I did hurtful things to the Dazzlings. On the same topic of his fanfictions, Christian also has some alter egos in his imagination world. Most of this stuff was said in his Discord, which was nuked, and unfortunately I'm kinda late to the party, so I had to scrape most of this info together myself, so chances are I am missing something, so I apologize for that. In the Discord, he apparently discussed how he had over 300 fanfiction characters. Imagination Self is one we're quite familiar with. It's just Chris in his imagination world, but he has some other little alter egos in his imagination world. Let's start off strong with Mariolord. Mariolord is just Christian, you know, Mariolord 14, but Luigi, he's just a chill guy who can apparently use music as magic, and he has a keyblade as a weapon. The next character is Vice, who used to be Chris's evil side, but he's now the Riz side, whatever that means. He calls people mortals, and he uses a shape-shifting knife as a weapon. His eyes are red and they like glow or something when he gets mad. Our third, more controversial character goes by the name Grapist. Holy shit. Grapist Carl, who was Chris's Grapist voice we had previously mentioned. He's like the sexual side of Chris, so he's a pretty well-known guy. He used to be called Cracular Chris. He used to be called Cracular Chris because he used to be a crack dealer. I'm not sure where the name change came from, but it's there. His special ability is using a drug staff, which is essentially channeling drugs through his body. His voice is based off of like a stereotypical African-American person, which is... jeez. Lastly is Yandy, who is like a yandere version of Chris. At the same time, he's also in love with Chris. He has a bat that he uses as a weapon, but he uses magic when he's like really mad. When I first saw this dude, I thought he was some like really messed up Negan cosplay, so there's that. Moving past the fanfiction era, let's take a look at some of his more tame videos. In one video, he gives a house tour and he shows his room, and it is diabolical. It is disgusting.
What do you guys remember this room? Oh my god, get you. Yeah, this is our room. My dad sleeps here. I sleep there. Of course, you guys see this area the whole time.
I get it, we all have bad days. Honestly, I struggle a lot with keeping my room clean, which is partially why I'll probably never include a webcam in these types of videos, but this is just... wow. There's monster cans and plates everywhere and open bottles and things are just thrown around on the floor. There's also like Q-tips on his nightstand. It's just not a healthy environment to live in whatsoever. He also says the N-word, as previously mentioned, with the hard R. No shame. He says it several times and he claims that anyone who takes offense to it is stupid.
Nigger. I'm gonna get canceled. I'll go fuck. Fuck all you I'm just kidding. Fuck all the people that think that nigga is a bad word. Nigger and nigga is the same thing. So fuck you. You nigger.
I'm not gonna comment further on that. I'll just leave that there for you guys to discuss. Around 2020, he started his TikTok account and he posts some of the strangest content I've seen on the platform, and I've been on there for a while. He just does these really weird duets and acting challenge videos. It's really hard to sit through. He's just a strange critter. I don't really know how else to put it. Now, Christian has been involved in a teensy tiny itty bitty little controversy. So essentially a mod and a head mod of his, I think in the Discord channel, got into a fight and the head mod had like a power trip or something. So the other mods crashed out and they made a new server where they began accusing Chris of being a P3do and a zoophile. He gets really emotional, which is understandable given the fact he's being accused of things that could tarnish his entire reputation, both online and in real life. He explains how he just wants to be known as like a chill guy and a gamer and not a locale who diddles kids. In that same video, he also addresses how he knows he's a locale, which is kind of surprising because most of the time locales don't really know they're locales. Going off script here, for those of you that don't know what a locale is, it's pretty much someone on the internet that you can like bait into getting a reaction from. So some I can think of off the top of my head are like Tofia Chu, Christian, so people like that. Speaking of diddling kids, I stumbled across a video on TikTok of all places, so take this with a grain of salt. It looks like it was taken on Instagram, private messages or something. From what we can see, Chris sent a picture of himself to this person who responded and told them he was too old for them and that they were 15, to which Chris replies and says, "I think I have a crush on you, please can we talk?" This is the only post I can find about it, and it's made by a hate page, so it could very well be fabricated, but I just wanted to throw it out there. So yeah, that's Mariolord 14. I cannot pronounce his name for the life of me. This is not how I wanted to spend my Christmas at all. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time.